91.1. Wake up to the issues that matter most on the Ground Report. Join Andy Williams and Lennox Smith every morning from 6 to 9 a.m. for real talk, real analysis, and real perspectives on the stories shaping our nation. News, current affairs, and voices from the ground, unfiltered and unapologetic. That's the Ground Report. Weekday mornings on Talk City 91.1, where the conversation begins.
Your news, anytime, anywhere. Join us nightly at 7. TTT News. Committed, accurate, relevant.
This is Destra, and you're listening to the Ground Report on Talk City. Keep it locked.
Bang, 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 bang.
6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Join Andy Williams and Lennox Smith, the Ground Report team, as they rip apart the lies, half-truth, and misinformation that the mainstream media never discuss. The Ground Report. Hard-hitting, informative, undiluted, uncompromising, and unfiltered. Monday to Friday. Get the raw facts before making any life-changing decisions. Only on The Ground Report.
The Ground Report.
The government of Trinidad and Tobago is not closing down Petrotrin.
The Ground Report. The Ground Report.
I would think that there's been very clear that all the employees of Petrotrin will exit the company. All.
The Ground Report with Andy Williams and Lennox Smith.
Bang, 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 bang.
Out of the ashes we rise. There's no one like you. None like you.
Vibes, boy, pull vibes.
Our God is greater. Our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer.
Boy, Gloria, pleasant good morning to you. Rishi, good morning. Randy and John, good morning. Nancy Basio, good morning. Kane Farmer Kane, good morning. Nadira, a pleasant good morning to you. Michael Scotland, good morning. Nigel Black, good morning to you. Hafiza. D Mohammed, a pleasant good morning to you. Hafrina Mohammed too, good morning. Cindy Mohan, good morning. Bujam John, good morning. Hey, Business Pasada, pleasant good morning to you. Krishna, good morning. Peter Samlal Singh, we're going, my brother, good morning. Pearl, Daniel Singh. Daniel Singh, a pleasant good morning to you. Yeah, that is Daniel. Otulda, we're going, a pleasant good morning to you.
And they forgot.
That's what we talking about. Janelle, a pleasant good morning to you.
Never stop us.
And Maria Amin, good morning to you.
And what can stand against? And if God is for us, then who could ever stop?
Hey, Jamila Khan, good morning. Jawani Jagrup, a pleasant good morning to you.
Stand again.
Pingala Mohan, good morning. Sharon Rampasad, good morning.
Stand again.
Hey, Kendrick, how we going, my brother? You're quiet these days, what happened? You stop trucking out the place or what? You ain't driving again?
Our God is greater. Our God is stronger.
Hey, just good morning, Sud. Ali, a pleasant good morning to you. Tara, all Tara's, a pleasant good morning to you. How about Tara? We're living up on a, well, nice side. Right up there up on the hill up there, so. I feel there's the Tara here. Yeah, I feel there's I don't know. I'm not too sure. Hey, Gaza Trini, good morning to you. And Brown here. Good morning. On you hope you have your word of the day for Lennox Smith. Bro, good morning. Chandra, Benjamin, a pleasant good morning to you. Zandu, Ruthless, where we are going, good morning. Mina, Rodriguez, Mina Steiner, good morning. Marilyn Cicharan, a pleasant good morning to you. Matilda Rhodes, a pleasant good morning to you. Hey Judy, Raghu, good morning. How are you going, Judy? Sita, Sipasad. Hey, Sita, you don't make that breakfast outside a roti there, girl. Hey Felix, a pleasant good morning to you. Krishna, good morning. Oh boy. Just running through all those names. Pamela Palu, a pleasant good morning. That's on YouTube and on Facebook. I see Sheldon now joining us. Groove Master Songs now joining us too. And just so you already lock on. Thanks so much. You all could have choose anywhere else to lock on. You all choose the Ground Report on Talk City 91.1 FM. You'll also choose our several social media platforms, including at Talk City 919 on Facebook. Yeah, you can get us there. At Talk City 919 on YouTube, on TikTok. And you can also get us on Real Media TT, Facebook, Real Media TT, YouTube, Corridor Transformation on YouTube, 648 Television, Irvin Felix, all of you a pleasant good morning on YouTube. The Ground Report, yes, The Ground Report on YouTube. So that is for all my drivers or passengers that in the vehicles of my drivers. When you leave there, you can always still look on to us by just going on your phone and pressing on any one of those social media platforms, and you can get us live. Let me say a pleasant good morning to all my drivers. Good morning to you all. God bless each and every one of you all. Be safe on the nation roads. May you all have a lot of passengers this morning and throughout the day. Make all your money. For those who own your own vehicles, for those who don't, make the money for the owner and still make a money for yourself. A little of something is better than nothing. You can still pay your rent, pay your bills, mind your family. You don't want to go on thief.
Bang, bang, bang.
So my drivers, May God continue to bless you all throughout the day, today, and for all the days to come. You all thank God that you all get up and see the next day, that you all could be on the road to do your duties. In a country where the road ain't so hot, but they are working on it. And a country that was left with no money, where this present government, but I don't know where they're trying. So let me hope that the refinery come back up and some kind of monies and things start to happen and things could happen now. But again, yeah, some people say the country have money. Yeah, the country Trinidad and Tobago have a lot of money. A lot of money. But what Trinidad and Tobago lacking right now is cash. You don't have a situation where you know that in business, if people have business, you're seeing the value. That real assets. Oh God, that person worth 20 million, 30 million.
What can stand?
But real assets, eh? But here it is. They don't have a cash flow. So not having a cash flow, that person who have 30, 40, 50, 60 million dollars in assets, not having a cash flow, he could still crash, eh? Cash flow. They need a cash flow. And Rowley and the P and them leave we cashless. Real assets, real money, value worth. The real debts to the borrowed, owing bank this, that. So when we get a refinery, this new government might have to organize and look to go to the face, the bank. They have a refinery to still put up, you know, as collateral in order to get a loan. We in trouble based on the last government. What we gonna say? The living ministry is broken. I don't know what to do with all that money, boy. They had real money and they throw it all away, boy. Tell what chat. You really believe? Look at that late thing there where we hearing that the late cost where they put up through the Europe that ministry is Kadisha ministries again is what, boy? Local government. Remember they hired 200 and something people at 3 months contract, and then they're supposed to get some more people up and above and on this in the system too, and try to see how they can hire up and all them things. That and all. First had to be looking for money. Why is that the owing people 2 months? People might get paid twice in some of them things. So you believe our government will have money? Know the throw out a program like that to try to see if they could make employment. Will you believe that? And then don't pay the people? I not seen the UNC doing that. They will never do that. No thing that would be like they go slap themselves in the face. No. So the fact that if it is what it is being alleged all around there, if it's true, then people call and really say, hey, we owe in 2 months, we owe that 2 months, we get salary twice. And then that's, you understand? Contract up. They be real. Our government can power implement that and they will organize and not pay. That it have to be a reason why these people not getting the money. And if it had money there, I believe it everything the government would have made sure they wouldn't have been owing them workers neither. But the government can't come out and say we have no money direct. God, I will run foreign investors. But things will happen, man, all you. Things will happen. Things will happen. It's just a matter be patient. It's just a matter of time. Things will happen. The fact is, they leave the country broken bad. There we go, see. And then they still try to pay some back pay, pay union, raise people thing. They still try. They still think with laptop. They still try. Well trying.
Bang, 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 bang.
Before I go into those headliners and tell my my people morning, let me see this caller real ringing. Turn down your volume first because you ringing before I could even tell Director Snipes morning, before I could even tell my co-host morning. You ring down. So let me hear what bring you so early. They say the earliest bird catches the sweetest, suckers the sweetest flower.
That's why you see Andy and kneel down, send my prayers clean from here to there.
because we try to make our country and our community look good. So the day before, I bring out a small man, do a little waka in my little old waka day, and trying to make the country look good. Let me say good night to you, Lennox Smith.
Lennox, let me see you. Let me see you. And after Anderson, all see all the mornings, Anderson. And so, they want to get them a chance. Get them a chance to say morning now.
All right, go ahead.
You're going types and take a chance to say morning.
We stay out because we realize you just doing your own thing.
Well, and we are very accommodating as well. So I respect the fact that the caller has called in early, and we must give him that respect.
Lennox, something wrong with you,
That's all right.
So you to tell Andy, say good morning to us, and then take the calls.
No, I'm not afraid. That is far from it. The thing is, I always respect the callers, and if he take the time to
no, time and place for everything.
Principle.
Nice.
Well, Anderson Wilson.
On principle, I agree with you.
Yeah. All right, but here it is.
I agree.
No, but here it is. To be fair, I realize Anderson Wilson somehow he turned a real gentleman. He turned a gentleman. I don't know what turned him a real gentleman. And I know Anderson Wilson will, pardon me, and give my host, my director, the opportunity to say morning before you can make that contribution. Would you do that, Sir Anderson Wilson?
Well, Andy, I hold on, I'm waiting.
All right. Nigel Snipes, a pleasant good morning to you, my brother.
Good morning to you, Andy. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Good morning, Lennox, and good morning, Mr. Anderson.
Nice. Oh boy, Lennox Smith, the big word man, a pleasant good morning to you, my brother.
Pleasant good morning to you as well, my friend. I reciprocate, and of course, a pleasant good morning to all and sundry in Trinidad, East, West, North, South, Central, or Friends and Tobago, and wherever you are. Streaming on the Moon by Web, pleasant good day to you. Says I'm trying to speed up because I want to hear Anderson's contribution. Morning to you as well, Anderson.
It's Anderson, yes, go ahead, my brother.
Good morning, gentlemen. Andy, Lennox Smith, director, all the children did well yesterday. I say good morning to them. Everybody did well, and they was happy going home from school and whatnot. And to all the listeners, Andy, as I touch you all, I put on the program only on so good, like I need them later. I mean, it's 2 minutes past 6 and only ain't on yet. But that topic we're touching on there, I don't know who it is, because if you go to accounts, I can tell you seen a sort of check pile up. So it seems like the government will have money. It's who probably want the government to look bad. It will have ministers involved, it will have workers, social workers, and the list can go on, and they will have those in the corporation who will find the pressure in the workers that Keddy Sharman send from her ministry. The PLM corporation will be pressuring them. And the list can go on, and I will laughing in accounts by the time she done made up. And who's saying is the PLM for me there, Me have time with them with the UNC thing. Whenever I go to use the word, it's not radio friendly. Right? Not me, not me and them Indian and them and this work thing, and they're laughing in accounts. It are those in HR. When you call people can't get on to them. Yeah, so that's a portion of thing that the government needs to be steadfast. I don't know if they only want to be here until the local election. And it take people the right thinking to talk about speaking here this morning. I don't know if they only want to be here for 5 years. You all need to put back boots on the floor, go into your various offices, ministries, and all they get to go in, all they looking bad, you see looking bad. The country looking bad. People feeling, people talking, and the natural ways that this morning is God moving, God moving. And the Honorable Prime Minister and the ministers need to get, I don't want to hear what they do so far and what is a year now. And the country ain't looking good. Whether in the PNM constituency, in some of the UNC constituency, and the backdoor deal, and the ministers, all not somebody ain't doing all the work, all they had the woman looking bad. Who don't want to say that's them? Things in song and right now, Andy. And the brother Bilal is so warn you, and I warn in the UNC things not looking good. It's not looking good. You can't say sweet when it's sour. Well, let me be real now, man. They're waiting for 4 fortnights, 3 fortnights. It may not be the minister them fault. It's nothing like it. They don't have money. The printing check if the family working somewhere, them check printing. And they have a God. I don't want the revenge of the poor to be close, and the revenge of the poor is so near Andy. But I barely so warn you, Lennox Smith, you barely said anything, you know what's going on. You just be in these areas, you know what's going on. You know what the gong's saying. Andy, you know too. But how much all I could say. You know who just call and try to play this the best UNC. Well, it can't be the best train Begoniana. Can't be the best all the country. Can't be the best all the community.
Wait, Anderson. Right.
Yeah,
you say you know what's going on. All right. What's going on? All right. Well, you tell us.
Pressure, Andy. Only hear me complain and the plight of the people. The plight of the people, the plight of God of God, along and working people borrowing money.
All right.
I mean, all on the ground, people in Harvard.
Listen. Yeah. And to be fair to the Ground Report program.
Yes.
All right. Although I was very, well, to me, yes, disrespectful and rudely corrected there. But not rudely corrected, but very humorously corrected by Director Snipes and Lennox there and thing there. Did I not what was my editorial this morning this morning? Is it not I am saying? Right.
I was scribbling by the rubbish draw down.
All right.
I feel you when you said, oh God, all the common and people in get paid and this and that and it's a whole lot and there's no money and whatnot. Right? It was in that context they were speaking. Right? And my mind fall back to everything one time because you reach me there. Because that is the cry you hear.
Right. And
you hear if UNC, like UNC don't want love until next election.
Right.
Because people, I mean the PNM constituencies, nothing is happening. Some of the UNC constituencies, nothing is happening. Like, you know, we need to get going things like it only happening in Jamaica.
Right. And again, to be fair to the Ground Report program, the highlight started on the basis of things hard out here, and that it's so hard, it have no money, and that yes, the country have money, but I break it down to show them, well, hey, here it is. A person could worth $60 million, but I have that in assets. But what's going on is they don't have cash. If they don't have cash, the $50 million or $60 million empire could fall, because in any business, you need a cash flow. And if you don't have a cash flow, that is a big, big problem. The business of Trinidad and Tobago at this point in time, Trinidad and Tobago have real value. It has real money. But right now, Trinidad and Tobago lack cash. They don't have a cash flow. I pray breaking it down in my way. They don't have a cash flow. They was left with nothing. They then wasn't left with a cash flow. And I went as far to say, talk that coming in, which is true because it are people who working within the various areas and thing. We come and say, hey, Pitbull, people call on the radio too. And they say that they're working in the thing there, all right, but they get paid just twice. They get one check, they get one, went to the bank, and they are owed 2 months money. They are owed 2 months, the contract up, and all those various things. And I reach as far as to say, a government wouldn't do that for spite. The fact they wouldn't put out that and had to go through the embarrassment to owe people 2 months. And if that going on, is it not because the people don't have the money? But I don't know why they don't come out and say, you know. Eventually, I think the government had to eventually come out and really and truly let the country know the status in order for people like who approaching you, people who are approaching Lennox, people who are approaching Snipes.
Andy, people like me, you, Lennox Smith and Snipes, right? Who really not in that part of the network. We cannot say the country no money now. Other places just seeing things going on, people being paid on time in other various ministries, in other various things. Like you don't need no money for the poor people. Party come, that's why the PNM get voted out. and people want to see better. Them have to be steadfast. Them have to get it going, Andy. Poor people don't want to get no money. They don't have money for what? Tech workers? They don't have money for WASA workers? They don't have money for MP workers? Or who we don't have money for? For the little program and them will now come on after you are PNC Pep Cross? Or not everybody is illiterate and enumerated. Not everybody dancing. It are real intelligent people that be listening to this program, and Andy, it are real intelligent people. My son is 2 years, and you know all the months of the year he can count in Spanish at 2 years. It have intelligent people that be listening to the program, intelligent children. Intelligent teenagers,
right. But do you believe?
You students, say morning to them.
But let me ask something. Do you believe that there's other people out there that are whispering in the government is that they need, and
the government may be trying, but there are people in these various places and ministries and industries. I don't know what's going on, and now tell all give all explanation of what. And it can be accepted. It have people playing. It have time situation. It's not the point that they don't have money. Go back and get them your name. And they go say how much checks are looking through. All these checks for to do. Not give everybody transfer in them change. Right, people are the ministers that I'm looking bad. I want the ministers to stop relax. Relax. All they're doing is studying PNM people. And making sure PNM people are right, make sure the country are right, make sure the poor, especially the poor, will defend all there. The poor does defend our party. Only make sure the poor people are right.
All right, thank you very much. Oh boy. Hey, here it is. Let me go for that break and come. Need a break and come back. Because when we come back, because I also saw where deliveries are going on within the Laventille area there. You can see that the issue that was raised recently there, it's called that there, it's called the plannings and them right there in tongue there. Where they come in, WASA come in, T&Tech come in, and they start to do a lot of work. I have a little clip to play for you all in a little bit too. So I really and truly want to know if it is Lennox Smith is hearing, although yes, deliveries is going on, but if he's hearing the same thing out there on the basis of people needing employment, especially to fill the gap that the CPEP, the URP, the forestries and those things was doing. And if it's only PNM people crying when on that basis on the government, or if he also observe that UNC people also are crying too on the government when it comes to that. So when we come back to Trinidad and Tobago, I want to hear what my colleague Lennox Smith have to say on that. Because we have to make sure Anderson saying something, I get observed something, I don't know if he hearing the same thing. I know if Snipes and all hearing the same thing. And some of you out there, but we have to be truthful, right? We have to be truthful. If you all actually hearing all the neighbors, all the own UNC people crying out, saying, "Oh, the UNC have to get things going. Oh God, what is going on? People need to at least get work. Better to just open back one of those makeshift works to give people something." If only hear people saying, "Boy, hampers they can't live on hampers for the rest of their life. They need something to do." I don't know, and only let's be honest, truthful. Don't gaslight. And let's see how we can advise the government, if those is all the observations, in a direction that they can go over all the things they need to do. Because we can't put a plaster on a bobo. A bobo needs to remain open, no plaster, take the fresh air, go dry up. Let me just hope that bobo, with it open, that you don't have no diabetes. Because now we're going to take a little longer to cure. The only way we can move forward some way is by each and every one of us being honest to ourselves and then guiding things accordingly. Not gaslighting, not fighting. Because I'm sure it will have an explanation in why up to now some kind of heavy employment drive ain't start yet. We take that break and come back. When we come back, more right here on the Ground Report. We'll be back.
Your world moves fast, so do we. TTT News brings you the people, events, and issues that matter most. Stay informed, stay ahead. TTT News, every night at 7. TTT News, committed, accurate, relevant. Your news, anytime, anywhere. Join us nightly at 7. TTT News, committed, accurate, relevant.
TNTech wants you to fly safe. While enjoying this kite flying season, remember, kites touching power lines can cause power outages. You could also be electrocuted. For safe kite flying, fly kites in open fields, away from streets, highways, power lines, electrical installations, and equipment. Use dry string, never wire. Don't remove kites that are entangled on poles or power lines. Don't fly kites in wet weather. Wet strings conduct electricity. TNTech, the power to make it work.
Mornings just got louder, bolder, and more informed. From 6 to 9 a.m., it's the Ground Report with Andy Williams and Lennox Smith on Talk City 91.1.
This is Destra. And right now you're listening to Talk City 91.1. Keep it locked.
The Ground Report with Andy Williams and Lennox Smith.
Bang, 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 bang.
I also know the word on the ground is that things will get better soon. I also can see, based on the government implementations and things that they are doing, that things will change around. I can see it. But in all of that, is it true that people balling out there? Again, we all have to be honest with yourself. Like some people on here saying, Abigail said the business owners, especially, the Chinese hiring the Venice. I have some people who saying Trinidad not under no pressure, nobody not balling. I have who saying, well, people balling, people under pressure. You know, and again, mixed reactions, eh? So I don't know if there is much reaction based on where you're living. You know, so who's saying things happening, them all right, them are walk and how if it go, things might be happening for them, and who might be saying, hey, they are no walk, things not happening, things hard, however, they might be don't no walk. Who constituency saying, well, everything going good, the roads, I don't know. Again, I'm a very, very, very intelligent person. Don't get tired. But one thing with the pit bull, I always watch to see genuinity in people. When it comes to being honest to the self and being honest to Almighty God. I say no more. My big question is things hard out there, yes or no? Does people want really and truly at this point in time need jobs, looking forward to jobs? I don't know, because some people saying no, some people saying yes. I don't know. So I go. That's how smart I is. With whatever all they saying. If all they're saying things good out there, people not looking for no jobs because everybody working, I go in with that. If all they say, the majority say, it are no jobs, things hard, I go in with that. Lennox Smith, a pleasant good morning to you again. First, give you a little brief, because I'm trying to load up this thing, they are catching me with the tail, but give you a little brief on what went on yesterday. I see you and the Honorable Minister Philip Alexander there at that Speakeasy Street. No, you always call that street there? Always call wrong there?
That's the street that everybody in the world knows, Nelson Street, but for the wrong reason.
On Nelson Street. And I see that you all indicated that it's a, whether people saying it's a PNM area or not, that you can't talk that kind of talk with the Honorable Kamala Prasad Bisesa about not going in a PNM area, because she did instruct serve all, the whole of Trinidad and Tobago. And you all mentioned you all be going to various other parts and the PNM areas to do whatever have to be done. Because the PNM representatives not doing it for them. They're not even making representation on their behalf. They're just out there being miserable. They're studying everything else, but actually make representation when they get the media. I haven't saw Marvin Gonzalez, which he went back that constituency up there, making a plea for the people within his constituency, whether it be for bad roads or various places need to be fixed, or if they're getting a water problem, and making a plea on them. All his plea is to discriminate, bring down, or to fight to get back in government, and bypassing that he have a constituency that he need to represent. Haynes, however, Diego Martin, Stuart Young, when last you see all of them, when they take an interview, when you see them in the papers, it's not about what going on in their constituency and what their constituency is crying off of. It's just about bacchanal. And that says a lot, Trinidad and Tobago. When you're seeing the government now make interviews or do interviews, you're hearing where they're putting this in place. They're doing this. They're trying to do that. They're trying to openly fight everything to try to have a better Trinidad and Tobago. For money to flow again. That is what I seen coming from the government. I can't lie. I seen a government that meets something and nothing, in fact, and trying to make something out of nothing, and I'm hoping that the country just get a boom again. Like, for instance, you open the refinery. Hey, our next good thing go on. Siding with Trump on the basis of now we get the whole thing with Venezuela, the dragon gas, the anti-fuel, the this and that going on. Hope is there now when it comes into all the trains. We hearing that by now, at the end of the year, the refinery we could get open. By then, BP, Exxon Mobil, all of them, well, BP and this next company, Shell, by then will hook up with the dragon and the this and the that and the cross-border gas, and all of that will go on. It will take time, but it's going and go on. At least we sure they don't start to put things in place. But Lennox Smith, the fact is, poor man really don't want to hear all of that, no partner. There's the facts in Jen. Bread and butter. Them don't want to hear the big lyrics. Them don't want to hear this, them don't hear that. Why people might say, and that's why I say, people, let's be real patient. Look how patient it was with the PNM for nearly 10 years. Why? This new government in power for less than a year. April coming to be a year, the 28th. And they still wasn't in power April. They just get voted out April. I think they take office, and again, as nobody they say, which is correct, their term started when they get a budget. So the government between a rock and a hard place, because jump high, jump low, people really don't want all the lyrics. I will see what it is going on. You will see what is going on. Everybody will see what it is going on. And that the government really trying, they will. But people fail to understand that the masses really don't want to hear that, you know. And yeah, while other people will say, but they take it to the PNM for 10 years. But and all of we know that the PNM is the only institution that is getting away with anything. The people don't pressure them. Anybody else, and history shown it, coming day, the people will never have that patience with nobody else. They would not. The people is glutton for bullying or for lack of representation from the PNM. And they still will have that patience from the PNM. They will not have that patience. They will not understand under the UNC or anybody else, Trinidad and Tobago. So what can we do? What is the alternative? Because jump high, jump low, the people having very serious issues right now. While the fact is the government is trying. How could we get away from this red area? Because the same people will need to vote when that time reach. That not dedicating themselves to the extent of reading up or doing enough research to understand that the government really are truly at this point in time trying. So how we get out of that red area, Lennox Smith? Or is it truth? Is it not truth? The people crying out there, Lennox Smith, they're not. What is really going on? I don't know. I want to hear.
Well, I think we have had between you and Anderson a sufficiency of understanding of the reality on the ground. And therefore, no one in the right mind, in other words, you have to be mad to say otherwise, that things are honky-dory. However, the issue of tolerance, the issue of understanding, and while I accept the fact that the ordinary Joe out there don't want to hear that, because it is about bread and butter, it's about food, it's about sending the kids to school, it's about paying the rent, it is about paying transportation, electricity, and we can go on and on. The cost of living continues, of course, to spiral at the same time, particularly where the groceries are concerned. We are seeing, of course, some reduction in local production of items, agricultural items, which is good. $5 for a head of lettuce, and we are seeing pumpkin, for example, 50 cents a pound. Right, so in some areas we are seeing that to benefit, but that requires money still. 50 cents is money, and if you cannot purchase it with 50 cents, it means that there are other issues. And we had not exhaustively looked at the whole question of solution in direct relations to crime and criminality, young people gravitating to a life of crime, but all of what we are talking about today, or what have been expressed, contributes to that unworthy or unhealthy and unholy scenario. So to answer your question directly, yes, the people are very, very, very concerned about bread and butter issue at this point in time, in spite of the fact that URP no longer exists, CPEP no longer exists, but the fact is that was a low-hanging fruit, if you want to call it that, for the ordinary person, the genuine person, the person who would get, let's say, the maximum of 10 days in URP. But that would be part and parcel of a basket of resources that they would depend on to last them through the 12 months that a year contain. And so to answer your question directly, yes, there is pressure. I myself, on a daily basis, the young men and them would say, Mr. Smith, and there are some things that I can't even say right here in terms of what they would be suggesting. But of course, with me, jocularly, but the fact that they have, thought and then share that with me tells me that we are in a very, very dicey situation, and action has to be taken to address that. Of course, with respect to the video that I sent you and what happened yesterday, yes, these are infrastructural issues that have been plaguing the place for a long time, whether it be sewer, whether it be derelict or dangerous buildings that went unattended to by the last administration. And you made a very salient point that the parliamentary representatives along the east-west corridor in particular, really and truly, as far as the PNM is concerned, are unconcerned about the plight and the challenges of the individual burgesses and or constituents that they were given the responsibility, the awesome responsibility, what I consider to be the religious and supreme responsibility to address, and nothing of the sort comes out. In the case of what we did yesterday, WASA coming in, they could have done that long time. And I said last night on the corridor transformation, the reason in the context of East Port of Spain is because the PNM is hell-bent on displacing, moving the people out and transferring the social and economic problems of that community to other parts of the country, and making, of course, the entire country maybe a criminal zone. But to use the words of the Prime Minister, which I agree, that really and truly we are a very violent dump, and we have to come to grips with that. But let me get back to the essential issue. Yes, the people are hurting. They need to get their throats wet, so to speak, and there must be a mechanism to manifest that wetting or that fertilizing as soon as possible. Yes, the entire major project is expected to roll out by June, but June, between now and June, people have to eat and put things on their table and to secure their families financially. And there must be a mechanism. I made certain proposals. I'm not going to share it here, but to certain, should I say, upper echelons in the society. But let me just say one, for example. When I heard that URP and CPEP was to be disbanded on the basis that, and rightfully so, that people have been exploiting those programs to get more than their fair share, to promote, of course, their gang and gang-related activities, and to, of course, wreak havoc in this society. But there are those simultaneously and juxtaposedly persons who are genuine and really wanted to provide for their families, and that this money comes in, as I say, partially handy, very, very, very conveniently to keep, of course, food on the table. So what one of the things I propose is that you dole out the same 100 million that you have for CPEP or URP, as the case may be. You dole out the money. You dole it out. That is one of the recommendations I would have suggested, having regard to the massive amount of persons who genuinely depend on that as part of the basket of money or income that they get for the year to last them the 12 months. Notice as saying part, so it means that there are other areas. I'm not going to go there today, but except to say, dole it out. So, of course, you use EBC. I went as far as to say that. Or the Kalamazoo, that is to say the records that URP would have, of persons who genuinely and write out a check and send to them for over the 3 fortnights that they will only be allotted in normal circumstance, so that provides, one, it shows a greater empathy and passion and compassion. Two, it does not undermine the political, what I consider to be prowess or the political agenda or the political interest that the people would have had and the confidence in the present administration. And thirdly, of course, it will provide them with a mechanism to not only provide food on the table, but give them a little more elasticity for going and look for something to, of course, carry them through for the rest of the 12 months of the year. That is what I recommended.
Okay, and
yeah,
all right, good recommendation.
Yeah, dole it out, because you would eliminate the criminal elements, because those persons, the check is going straight to them, and therefore there's no guessing game, and nobody could overlap, and you take the same administrative people within URP who would normally, or you change them altogether if you wish, in order to exercise that particular initiative. In that way, nobody loses, political trust is not lost, and we remain very, very solid as far as the poor and underprivileged and those who would be negatively affected, as is the case now, by not having anything at all.
Okay, remember it really is going on a year. That's why it is you could see people, if any like job opportunities come, you're seeing thousands of people lining up looking for it. It's going on a year, and people people looking for it. Right, but again,
and I am surprised. However, let me just say this on the whole question of job, and I using as a microcosm what is happening outside the Queens Park Savannah or the paddock for those fire service jobs. I'm simply thinking how many people are well qualified.
Nice.
That's all I'm saying.
Let's go for that news and come back. When we come back, more right here on the Going Report. We'll be back.
Good morning, this is your TTT News Update. I'm Carrie Roberts. Making the news at this time. Patriotic Energy Services Company Limited has announced a strategic partnership with Italian engineering firm Tecnimont Services, SPA, aimed at advancing plans to rehabilitate and restart the Guaracara refinery at Pointe-à-Pitre. The company says the collaboration strengthens its proposal to government, bringing global technical expertise to support the restoration of the refinery as a critical national asset. Patriotic Energies adds that the agreement reflects its commitment to high standards of safety, engineering excellence, and environmental responsibility. While public interest remains high, the company notes that details of the financial and technical arrangements are subject to confidentiality agreements. However, it maintains that the partnership will come at no cost to the government and requires no state guarantee. In other news, Housing Minister David Lee says long-standing weaknesses in procurement, vague contracts, and poor project oversight would no longer be accepted as government tightens accountability across the public construction sector. Speaking at a HDC construction law workshop, he said weak systems and poor procedures drive project delays, cost overruns, and public distrust, particularly in housing developments funded by taxpayers. Minister Lee outlined government's expectations going forward and noted that it would apply uniformly across every agency involved in state construction.
The agency sits at the center of one of the largest public investment programs in this country. That means one thing: every dollar spent must be justified. Every contractor engagement must be defended. Every decision must stand up to scrutiny, because we are not spending private funds. No, we are spending the people's money. And this is where construction law becomes critical.
Mr. Lee said poor contract drafting, uncontrolled variations, and weak oversight were creating opportunities for abuse and exposing the state to financial risk. He said construction law was a critical safeguard rather than a technical formality.
Every contract you handle, every procurement decision you make, every clause you approve must be able to answer one simple question. Can they stand up to scrutiny? If the answer is no, it should not proceed. Because at the end of the day, this is not just about contracts. This is about protecting the public funds. So I urge you to take this seriously. Engage fully over the next 2 days, because when you leave here, the expectation is not improvement. The expectation is a higher standard.
The primary legislation governing ship registration, licensing, and maritime safety in Trinidad and Tobago is the Shipping Act of 1987. Minister of Works and Infrastructure, Jerlene John, says government is working to update this legislation.
We'll continue to strengthen the governance and legislation framework that supports maritime trade, including reform of the Shipping Act, and the development of updated pilotage regulations that reflect the complexity and safety requirements of our modern marine environment.
Minister John noted that there has been proposed changes to the Act, but she insisted that this government administration will do more than just discuss the Act.
In December 2025, I wrote to the Honorable Attorney General to formally recommend that the shipping bill, which at this time has about 500 pages, be placed on the legislative agenda, recognizing it as a critical piece of legislation for the advancement of Trinidad and Tobago's maritime sector. I know that has been talked about for a long time, but we are making a push to ensure it gets back to the Parliament.
In some sport news now, Cricket West Indies is trimming its regional cricket calendar, citing financial pressure. The organization says fewer tournaments and fewer teams will feature in the 2025-2026 season. Among the affected competitions is the West Indies Championship, scheduled across Antigua and Jamaica from April 9th to May 20th. CWI Vice President Azim Bastarat says the modified format was the only viable option given the organization's current financial challenges. Under the new structure, teams will play a reduced number of matches, with some sides facing as few as 4 games, while others could still complete a full 5-match slate.
Because of the challenges that we are facing presently at Cricket West Indies, we had no other choice but to play this format. At least, I think a team can still end up playing 5 matches. One team could end up playing 4 matches. As you know, I don't know if you're aware of the format, but you play 3 matches against the team that you are playing. And then the team that accumulated the most points moving forward to a final. And then the second and third place team will play against each other to meet the team that plays first with the most points. And while that second and third place game is playing, the first place team will play a 4-day game against the Cricket Academy. So still, some teams will be playing the full quota of 5 matches.
And that's what's making the news at this time. When we come back, our number 2 of Trinidad and Tobago today.
The microphones are down and the boots are laced up.
To the radio. Talk City 91.1. Wake up to the issues that matter most on the Ground Report. Join Andy Williams and Lennox Smith every morning from 6 to 9 a.m. for real talk, real analysis, and real perspectives on the stories shaping our nation. News, current affairs, and voices from the ground, unfiltered and unapologetic. That's the Ground Report. Weekday mornings on Talk City 91.1, where the conversation begins. Talk City 91.1. Thought-provoking conversations, bold perspectives, voices you trust. Talk City 91.1. Bigger, bolder, and more powerful than ever before.
Yes, Talk City 91.1 FM.
A brand new era of talk radio is here. With voices you know, trust, and respect. Get ready for an all-new lineup of the very best in talk. Andy Williams, Lennox Smith, Stephen Reese, Mr. X, Derek Charbodi, Roland Stewart, Sharon Farfan, Sudath Prasad, Heavy Duty, Alex Asing, Karen Francisco, Cherry Lean Lewis, Short Pants, and more of the voices shaping the national conversation. From hard-hitting current affairs to real community issues, culture, politics, social development, and the stories that matter most to you. This is where Trinidad and Tobago comes to talk.
And so I'll go right to on Talk City 91.1, where we're going to give you something new, something hot every day, Monday to Friday.
Listen on 91.1 FM and connect on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Talk City 91.1. Your city, your voice.
Your stories, your communities, your country. TTT News is everywhere, on the ground, across Trinidad and Tobago, and on every smart device. When it matters, we're there, reporting the news as it happens. Because your world can't wait. Your world moves fast, so do we. TTT News brings you the people, events, and issues that matter most. Stay informed, stay ahead. TTT News, every night at 7. TTT News, committed, accurate, relevant.
This is Destra, and you're listening to the Ground Report on Talk City. Keep it locked.
Bang, 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 bang.
One message, Trinidad and Tobago time check. It's 9 minutes past the hour of 7 o'clock. And you're listening to the Ground Report. Yours truly, the Pitbull of Radio, Lennox Smith, Director Snipes, and each and every one of you out there that make up this great program. Each and all of us are shareholders in this big program called the Ground Report, because the ground is, listen to the name, the Ground Reporting. The Ground Reporting. And again, I thank God that Almighty God blessed me and put me in a position and gave the opportunity and voice, charisma, braveness to be able to really and truly air the voices of the ground, to give the less fortunate the opportunity to be able to be heard. And this is my message, this is my editorial this morning for everyone. To all politicians, whether it be PNM politicians, UNC politicians, whether it be private sector, whether it be somebody who knows some politics, church people and all. This message to the imams, the pundits, the bishops, the archbishops. Some say a religious leader, a business leader. This message is for each and every one of you all out there. This is Andy Williams, the Pitbull Radio, message to everybody this morning. And I will say no more.
Bang, 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 bang.
Sufferers don't care who migrate from where or who care. Sufferers don't care who from country. Sufferers don't care who from town.
Sufferers only want to know
where the next food coming from.
Bang, 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 bang.
This one for all them racists. This one for the racists. Anytime you bounce up a racist and you hear them running them out, it have a whole set of people don't care what they're talking about. A racist is someone living happy and all their family doing well. So race talk is really not for people in the ghetto catching hell. Now tell the racist, sufferers don't care about color. Sufferers don't care about race. Sufferers don't care who from country. Sufferers don't care who from town. Sufferers only want to hear we let food coming from. Get up early next morning, go down in the 10 days yard. You see so much different race, so much different people line up with the ID card. Or visit my village called Talparo, where they get no water for years. So much different race, so much different color, with a bucket sit down shedding tears. Now tell the racists, sufferers don't care about color. Sufferers don't care about race. Sufferers don't care who migrate from where or who living in who place. Sufferers don't care who from country. Sufferers don't care who from town. Sufferers only want to hear what we let food coming from.
Go ahead, Lennox Smith. That's my editorial this morning. Whether either or.
And I want to add to what I've just disclosed for the first time, that this kind of overture and conversation that I would have been engaged in was at the I would say middle to high level, where the decision was being contemplated to shut down and to disband on the basis of the avarice of certain elements that even today we are grappling with, in spite of the shutting down of these programs. But in the process, the very innocent, the very dependent, the very, what I consider to be those who are least and ought not to have been a victim, you have thrown out, of course, the baby with the bathtub and the water. So, and I'm saying so too, that I don't think this recommendation reached the highest level of the government, in spite of the fact that those who I was having this conversation with would have had the ears and they're therefore part and parcel of the transformation, if you want to call it that, or the discontinuance, if you want to call it that. I'm saying so because when I made the recommendation with respect to doling out, taking a certain sum, dole it out to those who you know, you'd have the records already. So just send a check for them for the 3 months, or sorry, the 3 fortnight, not the 3 months, 3 fortnight that you normally would. But of course, you space it out over 3 fortnights, and you'll have gotten the benefits of what I've just described in association with it. There was a response that was very disconcerting, and that response was that, well, you're giving them that and they're not working for it. That was the response in essence, and the preference should be that at least they should do something for the money. And I am saying, and I was aghast, I was flabbergasted, in fact, that that response will come, because to me it was myopic, because you're talking about $700 thereabout, the lowest rung of the persons who would be recruited in that program at the time, $700, and therefore how it operates, people don't necessarily go to work because of how the system was set up. And if they do go to work, they go for a couple hours and so on. Because, I mean, let's face it, that is minuscule compared to, you don't want, in other words, such a person will not be working for that money for a full 8 hours for the day. And that I couldn't understand why it is you cannot see it fit if you are closing it down, recognizing that there are persons who are innocent that are going to be affected in the vast majority. And even if in circumstances where a person get that $700 and still have to give somebody part of it and still go and look for something to do in the process, and you're trying to eliminate those who are getting that unfair exploitative or engage in that unfair exploitative arrangement to still take away from that $700 subsistence, I would say. But I want to tell you, it reminded me, and I was giving them the benefit of my experience, because during the NAR, I remember somebody saying to me in a central administrative capacity, there was a complaint or an observation, I should say, not a complaint, but an observation that, listen, people taking $700, the people only getting $700 or $1,000, and somebody had to pay them $300, and they come and make representation for them. And I had cause to tell the people that in the context of Laventille and East Port of Spain and other communities like these, that arrangement is functional. So they didn't understand at the time when I said what I said, and then I had to explain. You see, the people accept that. Why? Because the person who goes and makes the representation, the genuine person who goes and makes the representation, he collects names for a gang, for example, drops it at the particular office for its vetting and implementation. He or she themselves are unemployed.
And therefore,
and therefore the people and the beneficiaries, the general beneficiaries, understand that, and therefore they don't mind giving some part of their salary or that wage or that subsistence to them in order for them to do the groundwork, whilst they stay home with the children or send or carry the kids to school or go to some other opportunity that will give them an income.
Right.
That is the functionality. Many of them don't understand that. I'm saying that to say quickly that when people get in their respective office, they suddenly get bright, and they don't understand the socio-economic and psycho-cultural dynamics of the community, and so they find themselves in all kinds of problems. Of course, my duty is to prevent that from happening in this time around to the present administration, because it happened under the NAR, and we saw what happened there. Go ahead.
Nice. So here it is. We have to go for the mark for today. The marks for today, we have to go for that on this Friday edition of the Ground Report. Right? I will have a different take in a way with what it is you just mentioned. I will mention that after the mark of the day, wherever it go. Right. Whether the damn thing was corrupted, this, that, wherever it go, it closed down, they're gone, wherever it go. But again, why we haven't have something put in place already to at least harness that. So where it was no corruption, people going out, obviously you can't let them go out for 8 hours a day, especially if they're going on the road. Because on the road it have no toilets.
But that is what I was essentially saying. Right? And then is under the minimum wage scenario if you look at it as well. So if you want to do it because you want to deal with the criminal elements, all right, okay. Find a sum of money, dole it out to those who are deserving. Whilst, of course, you put alternative in place.
But in this case, how it come across is everybody suffer. The criminal elements, they get rid of them, but the innocent people in between. So it's like Peter paying for Paul, Paul paying for all. Them criminal elements, that was being tried to root out, whether be within the CPEP or the European, these various, or the forestries or areas, them already have the money. They don't already branch off to something else. They're not suffering. They're still eating our food, either or. And the innocent single parents and thing in between there, is left to feel the brunt of wanting to make sure that those criminal elements don't get through with that. What is the
But let me say
alternative?
quickly, Andy, because you raise a critical point that I need to say before we go to the next phase, and that is that the very criminal elements and the opposition politician are now in a position where they could influence that innocent group to join them, to engage in activities that they would normally not engage, and therefore make it very difficult for governance over time because they find themselves in a situation where they have been abandoned.
Right.
Let's go for the...
And before we go, because Sina Abigail said, "What people, I'm think Lavanti want to ever go. Birds, I am people from Penal, DB, complaining. All they don't make it look like it's only Lavanti or the East-West corridor. People are crying out in every community, including UNC-run communities. So please don't just leave it as just that. So what we're supposed to do now is...
You cannot put your head in the sky or do like the ostrich and bury your head in the sand and not understand what is happening. And what we're doing here is human service, is nationalistic, and I trust that at least we'll be able to get to where it matters, because I'm not satisfied that those who were given the advice not to engage in a particular way or are engaged in a particular way, they did not do what was expected in order to come to a rational decision to avoid, of course, what is unfolding.
But I agree. Mash up all the ghost gangs, mash up all the leaders, mash up all... I agree with all of that. But have things running with transparency, accountability, and the money reaching to the people that it need to reach to. And at this point in time, people crying, it is what it is. It's the truth. So let's go for that quick break. Let me take that break and come back. When we come back, we will do that one time, director.
Yes, of course. And this capiche for the day, courtesy NLCB. We go for the break.
The plays that shake the arenas. The stories that move a nation.
I'm waiting for a super drive, I've got to go quick,
From football to cricket, track to tennis, every win, every rivalry, every headline. This is where Trinidad and Tobago come for sports.
TTT Sports. Committed, accurate, relevant.
Wake up to the issues that matter most on the Ground Report. Join Andy Williams and Lennox Smith every morning from 6 to 9 a.m. for real talk, real analysis, and real perspectives on the stories shaping our nation. News, current affairs, and voices from the ground, unfiltered and unapologetic. That's the Ground Report. Weekday mornings on Talk City 91.1, where the conversation begins.
This is Destra, and you're listening to the Ground Report on Talk City. Keep it locked.
Bang, 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 bang.
Oh boy, Trinidad and Tobago, we are back. Director Snipes, what was those marks yesterday? What play? Did we catch that man? Or would we look like me? I thought I catch him today. Let us hear, Director Snipes.
Well, yesterday we had marks coming in from the callers on the outside. 20 dog, 35 big snake, 30 house cat, and 16 jammet. At 10 a.m., the mark that was called was number 22. At 1 p.m., 34 was played. At 4 p.m., 22 came. And at 7 p.m., 31 came.
Wow.
So we did not catch any of those marks. But if they did follow your advice, they would have caught the 22 that would have played at 4 p.m. because you did advise them to play the marks from the day before.
Wow.
Your capiche was number 11. You stuck with 11, so you had 11 for 2 days. He's mining He's mining 11.
He mining 11.
Yeah,
Right, okay.
yeah.
Well, continue to mine, my friend. You might end up with it next week.
He's mining 11. So
all right. Well, let's hear the callers' numbers for today.
But
In
what
the
I watch,
future
what I watch
and
is
this
that what I watch at so far, the capiche is going very, very, very good. You know why? We catching the day before. We catching the day before. So the yesterday mark is when we might catch today. Because I don't know why this man don't want to organize and bring me back in line. But
you gave them the strategy though. You gave them the strategy.
yeah.
So
we play yesterday, play back.
Would have got
Yeah, mine
that's
it.
the formula. That's the
The
formula.
formula is to mine it. And you'll
They
get
don't
you.
fall back in time.
It's happening the day after. So Trinidad and Tobago, what's your mark for today? What did you dream? What did you see? Be a part of Andy's capiche, the Pitbull capiche, in giving that mark. Let someone go home with something extra today. It must happen, okay? So the lines are open. We take 4 calls. Trinidad and Tobago, 4 calls. No, we can't take it on social media. We only just write it on the number. No. 4 calls. I think I might be able to even send Chucky voice note and all. I feel I might be able to do that and all. But what we go say? Caller, pleasant good morning to you. I'm so sorry about that, Dr. Lenny, but it's the mark for today. What's your mark for today? Not there. Next caller. Go ahead, caller. Morning, caller.
Morning, Andy. Morning. My mark for today, boy, is 27.
Your mark for today is 27. Why? Before we go, we want to know why. Because I don't know.
And where's that on the chart? Where's that on the chart? 27 is what?
Teddy only doing that. Because I'm not going to say I can't take somebody mark if they didn't tell me why, you know, because the man only gave me the day before marks.
It's a snake.
The mine. So I want to know now why. So I want to know how to catch the same day marks now. Why? Why 27? And what is 27?
Well, I really don't know it's 27. I just get up this morning, like, get that mark number. If I put a little money this morning.
27 is...
Understand this little snake.
Little snake.
Yeah, because here we're going to Andy. I take a table for a man, one of them iron table now, wait, all night, rot now and thing. I take it and bring it in my yard. While I bring in the table in my yard, and I rest it out in the yard, is a little, I don't know if it's a rat snake or if it's a mackerel coming out through one of the pipe and them now, but I end up mashing it, I grab it, I hold it, I get for man, the man tell me that was a boy, a little baby boy now, but I don't really know that mackerel too good.
All right.
Yeah, so I love
27.
today. That is why, yeah.
All right, 27. Let's take that. While I cannot take these here, but I was reading what some people are saying here. Readers say, just school say readers are little snake. So play little snake. Xanadu say 18 water boat. Indian woman in the boat. That the lady that get kidnapped. Monica say Andy crying so give them 2. Woman and child. Wow, and the laugh, I don't know what they mean by that. Lucky Lal said 13 this morning. Watch 9 too. Wow, really interesting. Bootram John say I like 25. Written Tamarat say I like 20. Princess.
We have a call. We have a call. So let's take it
Go
on
ahead.
the side. Yes. What's your number for today? We lost. All right, we lost.
No, it's here. It's here.
We lost.
Caller, go ahead.
Good morning, Andy. Good morning, Lennox. Good morning, Director Stipes. Mr. Good morning to Anderson and the crew. Andy, you know why I like this morning?
Let me hear and let me hear why.
People tongue dragging. We hungry out there, boy, Andy, boy.
Right. So, all right, what mark is that? Right, what mark is that?
I'll call back in 21.
21? Mouth.
Hungry mouth need get fed. Bless.
All right, 21.
All right, 21.
So 27, little snake. 21, mouth. Come on, Ole, come on. 2 more.
Dead man on mine. I turned 40 today.
You could do it what? Oh boy, let's go.
40.
Wait,
40.
40. Nah, 40
What
is
symbol?
Morning caller.
What, by Dano 40?
Nah, it's not 40.
Yeah. Stop talking, all only taking 4.
All right, go ahead.
I want to play 36 because 36 is Rowley, and it played about 4 times since all started this segment. Since Friday, it must play about 4 times. So I'm going with it today to close up all this thing.
No, but you come back with the 36.
36.
A man so wicked. The man so wicked.
Yeah,
that you go still
it's 4
come back
times
with
to
that?
play.
But
Yeah.
play 4 times, you think he go play a 5th time, man?
All right, we'll play 36 and 4 because you go play 4 times.
Yeah,
Man say 36, what we go do, boy? I don't think like them go strike 5 times in a week. Nah, I don't think so, you know, but the man get him mark, we have to take him mark. I feel the man put him there now to say that because he come 4 times, now, hey, don't play the other mark he was going to play the 36 because you ain't going to win that. You would have win the one way thing there. So the man play with his head, but if he say 36, what we going to do? Go ahead. Come on. One more mark. Let's say you all, one more. Go ahead, caller. Caller, pleasant good morning to you. Wow, you're connecting. Oh, boy. Snipes, you have anything on your side there? Oh, boy.
Yes, we have one.
Go ahead.
What's the mark?
14 this morning because we talk is about money, so somebody must win money today.
All right.
14.
Thank
14.
you.
All right. Andy.
Well, just you to go now, Andy.
Well, you're capiche, Andy. We have reached that stage.
Boy. That
Does
man,
somebody say
that man,
you're mining 11, you know?
Yeah, but he say he don't want to play me for sour no more. I feel the man don't want to play me for sour because if he play me for sour, everybody going to win. So, yeah, so he making everybody laugh, have my laughing stock now. But 11, you know sour, pitbull, you know sour. What Kobo, you don't know Kobo, Andy? You are mouth, but the man don't say 21. What would I play for? Give my idea, Snipes. What do you think I will play for? Because the man playing me. Someone will playing me. But he don't want to play me for 11. He don't want to play me for Kobo. Where think
Let's play you for 12 today.
12 is what?
Well,
King?
a man calling and say 40.
Nah,
and
King,
there's
boy.
nothing like that. So maybe there's something for nothing.
King, only King. Yeah. I'm going to play for King today now. Only King. 12. Yeah. Capich mark King. I'll play for 12 today. And the rest of them go play. So early we go get we 27. I heard 27. Tell us now, Snipes. Tell us what's the marks for the Andy Capich mark.
Well, today we're going with, according to our listeners, we're going with 27, 21, 36, and 14. That's 27, 21, 36, and 14. And of course, the capiche today is 12.
Nice. So, Trying to go. What we're going to do is, yes, we're going for that break and come back. So, in that way, we will flow right after getting your calls. We need to get on those front burner issues. Besides the bread and butter issues. Besides the, yes, everybody need work and all them things. Well, boy, oh boy. We take that break and come back. When we come back, more right here on the Gong Report. We'll be back.
Matters, we're there, reporting the news as it happens, because your world can't wait. TTT News, nightly at 7. TTT News, committed, accurate, relevant.
Every morning begins with a story, the headlines you need, the voices you trust, the conversations shaping our nation. Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago Today, where your day starts informed and inspired. News that matters to you, conversations that spark new ideas, stories that move Trinidad and Tobago forward. Tune in weekdays, Monday to Friday at 6 a.m. or join the conversation on any smart device at TNT Today Show. Trinidad and Tobago Today. Start here, exclusively on TTT.
Join Roland Stewart on Beyond the Limits, airing on Talk City 91.1 FM from 1:30 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. Monday to Thursday. The show focuses on awareness, inclusion, and empowerment for persons with disabilities, including amputations, cerebral palsy, Down syndrome, and intellectual disabilities. Tune in and be part of the conversation that's changing mindsets and breaking barriers.
This is Destra, and you're listening to the Ground Report on Talk City. Keep it locked!
Bang, 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 bang.
Trying to Tobago, we are back. Time check. It's at 38 minutes past the hour, yes. 38 minutes past the hour of 7 o'clock. And you're listening to the Ground Report. Right. I want to go into some of those headliners, but before I do that, let me organize and just play some one or two voice notes there quick on issues other than what was raised there recently. You know, we must go with some other issues too, man. Let's hear.
Good morning, everybody. Andy and Lennox, time to wake up, smell the coffee, and face reality. There was a strongly worded editorial in the newspaper yesterday bashing and highlighting the faults of the UNC. And one of the things they spoke about was that even though when PNM was in power, they had CPEP running, grass was cut, and drains were clean. And they were saying that right now the country is looking very untidy, overgrown with bushes, and drains are clogged with debris. So, I don't know, but the bus route looks very, very scrappy. There are a lot of tall grass in the bottom. The drains are filled with plastic bottles, food boxes, rubbish bags, etc. And the water is not flowing. So I would like the government to pay attention to that, because that is a sanitation issue. The other thing is, it went on to criticize the behavior of Philip. Philip is attacking people with a lot of caustic, disrespectful language. He's attacking Gary Griffith, his wife, the mayor, Diego Martin. He attacked Warrior Princess, Rambles, and several other people. I want the Prime Minister to pay keen attention to the behavior of Philip. When Philip and Lennox Smith was touring the plannings in Port of Spain, those dilapidated HEC apartments, and I looked at the video, Philip is behaving as though he is the entire government. He said, I will do this, and Philip will fix it, and Philip, and Philip, and Philip, right? So I want to know if the cabinet consists of over 30 ministers, or it's just Philip alone, because everything that this man does, he takes the credit for himself. And furthermore, listen carefully, he is going around in different ministries. He tampering with Jolene portfolio, that ministry of works. Then I see he was in Vandana ministry, social development, and he is crisscrossing ministries. And when you look at HEC, it's in tatters, not one single house built. And yet every minute you will have this man on your program, right, answering questions. And you should see the things he puts up on social media, right? Very often he uses a lot of foul language, right? I am ashamed to know that the Prime Minister included this man in his cabinet, because after this man insulted Kamala and called her everything but a child of God, and she put him right there, he is dismantling the UNC, not by nut and bolt by bolt, until the whole thing is collapsed. Don't be surprised if you hear that Philip get fired, because this man's behavior is very ridiculous, disrespectful, and shameful. He's too rude. And every accomplishment that the government, well, everything that is a government effort, he's taking all the credit for himself. And Miss Sandra Cruz, Philip was wrong to park in a handicapped spot. Not because you is a minister with letters behind your name. It means to say that you have to flout the law. Because if a normal citizen had parked there, it would have been $2,000 plus they had to pay. So go ahead, Andy and Lennox, right? This man will shred the UNC like a paper shredder. And I wouldn't be surprised. Because right now, people turning against him and they're talking about him on social media. So go ahead.
Morning, good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Good morning, and everybody in the chat. I want to say condolence to the 2 pilots that get killed in the Guaida airport, and condolence to the whole family. They'll be shipping back their body. The family will be taken back to Canada. And my deepest condolence to them. It's a very, very sorrowful tragedy to the 2 young pilots. Rest in peace, my friend. All right, fly with the angel. Andy, good morning, Iggy. I understand what Andy's going to say, but you have to look at the former government. They take allege, they take all the money, have the money. They didn't take it out cash money, but they take it and put it in asset. They buy all kind of stuff, but and put it on somebody else's name all over the place. So you can't know that, right? So that's why they say the country don't have no money. I take all the cash, but they can't tell you what to do with it. It's not going to show all this money that they spend and nobody can account for it. Because they can account, because they have asset. All the people like, you bought all of them. Big buildings all over the place, all of them. So that's where our money gone. Like I say, it's alleged. That's one the prime minister to make on a rubber. You look at magic one, and everything would appear, and everything would be normal. And this will work like that. Everything but they expect that the treasury there. When the former government get the treasury, they'll be full of money. All the HFT fund and the treasury was money, and all gone. They never put anything over there. They take out and never put back. All right? And then they can't give an account what they do with it.
Good morning, gentlemen. You know what, we have to give God thanks as, you know, we reached to another Friday. Andy and Lennox and Director Snipes, you know, you all know, and people with sense and intelligence know. Let us say, for example, if you have a house, Andy, right, or a car or something, right, and for 10 long years, there was no maintenance, you just had the car running just so, or the house, you're living in the house just so, you ain't cleaning it, you ain't fixing it, you ain't doing nothing to it. You must know at the end of the 10 years, that house will, or that car will have a hell of a lot of things wrong with it. Right? Because you know why? There was no form of maintenance for 10 long years. It's the same thing that has happened to Trinidad and Tobago. The PNM neglected everything. I mean everything, from the law, the people, everything from across the board. And it is the people, you rewind, the people that have things are to be blamed, right? Andy Lennox, I know for 10 years, the ground report was the only thing people, you can say, and the supporters who came out and stood up against the million wrong things that the PNM was doing to the people of Trinidad and Tobago for 10 years. The wrong report. Look how many times in so many situations all you organized to have a protest, you understand? The people who had an opportunity to come out and vent and tell this PNM government, the then PNM government, that what they are doing is wrong and we are not taking it. If the people, all who complaining now and they want now and they want now and they want now, if they had come out and had a massive protest and put pressure and make demands on the PNM government, the way they're making demands on the UNC now, this country would have been different, you understand? But they had respect for Rowley because they're afraid Rowley, because Rowley tell them, all you get all your back pay, but you go lose all your work. So everybody go in their crease and they keep quiet. And the same people, and Andy, the same people now, every Monday morning they're complaining. They want this and they want this and they want that and they want it now. Let me tell you now, with a government like Kamala Prasad, BSS and the UNC, the people in this country will get all that they deserve. All that they deserve because they are that kind of government. But all you don't understand, there's nothing like now because there is no money. All you allow, yes, all you allow PNM to treat all you like dogs and all you keep quiet. Now all you feel this government is a walkover. Let me tell all you this now. Be fixing this country and things will be fixed. And we know, yes, sometimes people, you need and they want things and whatever. But all you keep quiet for 10 years and all you still alive. What the desperation no for? Well, you know something, I want all you to practice all you do for the past 10 years, which is nothing. And wait, and trust me, this government is going to take care of Trinidad and Tobago and the people of Trinidad and Tobago, you understand? But all you PNM leave we in debt that this government fighting to fix. And if all you feel, all you want somebody to afraid all you understand? It's 4 more years they had to fix this country. And nobody, not one all you, ain't going to disrupt this thing here. And police, all you used to terrorize law-abiding citizens when we were standing up for our rights, when PNM was in government. You understand? Just do it now. There are them who want to march and protest and all kind of thing, deal with them. People, let me tell you this now. Things will be fixed, but it ain't have no magic here. Right? Blessings.
Good day, Andy. This UNC government inherited over $141 billion in debt from the PNM regime, and what most people don't understand is that those debts has to be repaid. And some of those repayments are due now. So people will have to hold on for the UNC to balance things so that they can benefit from the state. It's not going to be easy sailing, but people will have to be patient. Anyway, take care, Andy, and let's be safe today, friends.
Pleasant good morning, Mikey Lennox. And well, Lennox, I know today's Friday and today's party day. So I guess after leaving today, you will go and shake a leg, as they would say. But I just calling to say, well, you know, I've seen progress down in the down on the plannings down in Port Spain down there. So I know things happening. Yeah, and I'm really happy that they could get those buildings restorated and, you know, get it up and running. Everybody go live comfortable now, you know. Yeah, so blessings everyone. Have a blessed day and have a safe weekend. All right? Bye.
Morning, Andy. Morning, Lennox. Morning, Nigel Snipes. Morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Morning, ground reporters. Those who streaming on the World Wide Web, locally and foreign. Yes, Andy. The ground is crying. Yes. Yes, thanks for raising that issue. Because but I didn't want to rush the brush us and this say the patient thing. But Lennox, you go to the head of the class because you couldn't bring it across much better. And that is the actual truth and fact that is taking place on the ground. So yes, Andy, the ground is crying when it comes to work-wise, financially wise. Yes, people are feeling, people are talking. Even down here in the West, where you also resided to, from, yeah, people crying down here. Even in the PNM constituency, imagine that. Yes, Andy, people are crying on the ground. Jobs need to be, started. But as you say, with the patience and seeing things putting in place.
Right, I get the drift there, Terry. Get the drift. Right, let me just finish off those voice notes. I got the drift. Oh boy.
Andy William, I'm very sorry to say, brother. You just spoiled my day, man.
Man, I really don't want to hear you. Right? I don't want to hear you. Right? Again, whether people send the voice notes and the voice notes that they send on what is their opinion, what's on their mind, what's their front burner, you can't want to be disappointed in me because I played. That's why I'm disappointed. So you're disappointed in me because I was not stooge. You're disappointed in me because I left the program on the grounds of being an independent program, whereby the promise to everybody, which is everybody in Trinidad and Tobago have a voice, but don't break the rules at that. So you want to me like Rowley? Like Gaddafi and all those, and Maduro and all of that? Where if I disappointed with somebody saying, because I disappointed with somebody, think some people saying, that I'm the Almighty, I'm the Supreme. So you disappointed me because I supposed to cut them off. Because I don't like what they're saying. Do you believe Kamala Prasad will endorse something like that? I don't think so. That is a lady believe in democracy. She believes in people having their say. Whether we like it or not, it is what it is. So, I'm disappointed in you in trying to make me a dictator, in trying to tell me if somebody genuinely, without disrespecting, send in the voice notes, and if the voice note is criticizing the government or for the government, however, because it didn't go in your direction, you are disappointed that I played. So you're disappointed. What I go say? I'm not disappointed in being a dictator. You understand what I'm saying, Lennox Smith?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Of course, the cliche that comes to mind, I may disagree with you, but I will defend to the hilt your right to say what you have said, because it is a democracy. I think that fully explains our position and the position with respect, of course, to the ground report in particular. We have, of course, a guest.
We
will take him after the news. But I just want to let you know that he is here, Archbishop Nichols, who, of course, it is Shouter Baptist holiday coming up. Bishop Nichols, yes. I sent him to higher level with Nichols, yes.
He's a good man.
And of course we'll be talking Shouter Baptist. So we have, of course, ventured into Eid and Ramadan and the Muslim. We are into Easter as well and so on. So, but Shouter Baptist holiday is coming up, and I thought we should invite. I expect Archbishop Burke to be in a little later too. But let's go to the line. Let's go to the line. Good morning. Good morning, caller.
So know your background, caller.
Good morning to the ground report.
Yes.
To the people listening all over the world. But I just want to make a quick point to the people who say that the country is not going good. This country is going well. But what happened is the people have to change their lifestyle in this country. Because it's the small money that the people are working for we have to put it to proper use, right? This country is going well, I believe. This government is trying. Good. There are many things out there that the people could do to help themselves. Everybody cannot work for the government, but they just have to put the small money to use, sacrifice and put the small money to use, and everything will be all right. Okay. That is my contribution.
All right, thank
Andy,
you.
You are very intelligent, and I want you to continue the good work and educate the people of the country. Thank you, my brother. This is my contribution.
No problem. Let me take one here quick. Go ahead, caller. You have to make it short and sweet. You have approximately 1 minute to make a contribution. Welcome to the Gong Report.
Good morning, Andy. Good morning, Ransom. Yeah, let's go into make a contribution, right? Well, everybody knows things are out there, right? Nobody working and so forth. But what I can say, that the people have patience and wait. Because patience and wait, not being food on the table, and nobody working away. So they can't go around for 5 years and say patience and wait. Patience and wait. No, not putting on the table. Very pressure for people who are not working. Who working could say that. Who not working can't say that. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Right, and while we go for the thing, and then we get Archbishop Bishop Nichols. Yes.
Yes, Bishop Nichols.
Archbishop Nichols. Bishop Nichols, yeah.
Not Archbishop.
Bishop
he
Nichols,
corrected me. He corrected me with a eye glare that I felt a bit in trepidation.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Mr. Bishop Nichols knows the pitbull well. You know, I'm a person is a realist. And I was heard just now there by any caller, oh God, don't do the pitbull that. Don't tell me because somebody sends something what I don't like, I must play them. Like for instance, I still have to play you who saying that Andy is disappointing you. Because I have to still set the example. Although you telling me something that I don't like, I still have to play, you know. Because it's a democracy and that's your thoughts. And the same way I have to play you saying those things to me, all it hurting me. But now I display the same thing for everybody else, boy. Whether they're saying something that I like or you don't like or however, everybody have to have their say. By God, with God, we have to do that. I cannot do God's people that. Because they ain't saying something I like, I mustn't play God people, boy. I can't do that. And when people thinking so, I just watch them different. Let go for the news.
Good morning, this is your TTT News Update. I'm Carrie Roberts. Making the news at this time. Minister of Works and Infrastructure, Jerlene John, pointed to a crisis situation in the local marine sector as she addressed the opening ceremony of the Shipping Association of Trinidad and Tobago's inaugural Shipping and Logistics Conference on Thursday.
Urgent crisis in pilotage, where the average age of our marine pilots is 50 years. The danger is not the age itself, but the gradual erosion and potential loss of this specialized workforce, resulting in the inability to handle routine traffic volumes. This is a present challenge, not a future one. As such, the government is committed to working with the maritime community to build structured training pathways which will serve to attract the next generation of marine pilots, tug operators, and dock masters.
Minister John said government would work with the University of Trinidad and Tobago, the Shipping Association of Trinidad and Tobago, vessel operators, and other industry stakeholders to develop practical solutions to address the issue. In other news, Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries, Ravi Raturam, says the importation of some legumes and grains cost the country hundreds of millions of dollars each year. He was speaking at the launch of the pilot program for the soybean, corn, and black-eyed peas production on Thursday. Minister Raturam said it is for this reason the government is pushing for the local cultivation of these foods.
It is about stability, it is about control, and it is about national self-determination. This ministry has made deliberate decision to address that vulnerability through targeted, high-impact interventions. The pilot initiative we launched today is one of such interventions.
Minister of Trade, Investment and Tourism, Satyakama Maharaj, says his ministry stands ready to play its role in the initiative.
Our role is to position Trinidad and Tobago as a manufacturing base, as well as the business, trade, and financial hub of the Americas. As production expands, it must be supported by marked confidence, stronger standards, and clear routes to commercial viability.
In sport now, Game 1 of the National Basketball Club Championships First Division Final is set to tip off this evening at the Southern Regional Indoor Sports Arena between the Maloney Pacers and the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. Ahead of the final, Police Captain Don Wilkinson stated that he is wary of the uphill task ahead.
Maloney is a very interesting team. It's a young team. It's a running team. We played them in the first rounds where we came out victorious. But notably, they weren't at full strength. They were missing one of the Boyd brothers. So we are very aware of them. We are aware of their skill set. We are aware of how they like to play, and we would tailor our game to suit that defensively.
Taking a look at the weather now, partly cloudy and breezy conditions are expected with a 30% low chance of an isolated shower. Tonight will be fair and cool. Seas are moderate with waves 1.5 to 2 meters in open waters and below 1 meter in sheltered areas. And that was your TDT News Update. I'm Carrie Roberts. From the entire team here to you, have a great day.
The BioReach project is making steady progress in revitalizing Trinidad and Tobago's cocoa sector, bringing new life into farms while supporting farmers with modern techniques and sustainable practices. Technical Officer for BioReach, Mr. Narendra Sukhdeo, says the initiative is already showing results as rehabilitation efforts are helping to improve yields and restore aging estates.
Within the last year, there has been alignment with what the Cocoa Research Center is doing through the university and what the implementation agency, which is the Ministry of Agriculture, through the Cocoa Development Company. So, it's not everybody working on it. Just make sure we're in the same line. We know exactly where we want to go. These are the end users. These are the plans to bring those end users up to what we want to do production-wise and also marketing. So, what we propose is to look at starting in Biche, about 10 farmers in the Biche area, that cluster. What the project wants to do is to support them by providing these farmers with, through CRCTT and CDCTT, provide the funding for train the farmers and show them how to do. So use one particular farmer as the host farmer. We teach them about the rehabilitation in terms of pruning, spray, whatever, all the agricultural practices on that farm, provide them with the equipment and the necessary know-how, and then they go with each other and support each other.
The project focuses not just on production, but also on strengthening farmers' capacity, ensuring they have the tools and knowledge to maintain high-quality cocoa over the long term.
Then we're also looking at doing another similar exercise up in Acerite Nature Center. Acerite has a huge expanse of cocoa lands that they want. It's also preserving biodiversity, so they want to go inside and just cut down and spray it, do it in a systematic manner. So we want to do a cluster farm up there too, so using that Brasso farmers up there to teach them on the Acerite Center how to do rehabilitation, what to look for, what not to do, how to do it properly. So we're in the initial planning stage of that with the support of the CDCTTL in doing that. And as I said before, the rehab part of it, the ministry has the know-how. As you know, funding and stuff has been an issue, and the project wants to, we have the funds, we would like to redirect it to that, of course, in the most transparent manner, of course, and help them to rehabilitate some of the terraces that they have at La Reunion. That's the center that does all the propagation. Infrastructure is a problem, so we want to help them fix some of those things, also fix their machinery, just to make the things a little easier for them, and also provide the consumables to produce the 300,000 plants.
With continued support and collaboration, BioReach is positioning cocoa once again as a key contributor to agricultural growth and rural development in Trinidad and Tobago. For farmers and stakeholders alike, the message is clear. Cocoa rehabilitation is not just about crops, but about building a more resilient and sustainable future for the sector.
This was a production of the Information Division, Office of the Prime Minister.
This is Destra, and you're listening to the Ground Report on Talk City. Keep it locked. Bang, 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 bang.
With Andy Williams and Lennox Smith.
Oh boy, we are back. Time check is 7 minutes past the hour of 8 o'clock. And you're listening to the Growing Report. So should the Pitbull of Radio. Lennox Smith, Director Snipes. And we have in studio Bishop Nichols. Today is Friday, and we all know that holiday that was given to the Baptist community, the Shouters Baptist community, well, Baptist on the whole, I wouldn't lie, by a UNC government. Is coming very soon. I think is Monday. Please God coming here. Wow. So I say a pleasant good morning to Bishop Nichols. A pleasant good morning to you. And what bring you to the studios of Talk City 91.1 FM and on this big program, The Grong Report. Good morning to you, Bishop Nichols.
Well, of course, he's here on the invitation of the Grog Report. He's here on the invitation of 104.7, yes, Talk City.
Talk
And
City.
of course, we are talking Shouter Baptist. Good morning, Bishop.
Good morning, my true brothers, two in the studio here, and Andy.
Yes, my brother.
God bless his boy. I know.
All right. The holiday is upon us. What anniversary? What would that be? It's important. Why I'm starting off there is to let the population know how long and before, of course, the actual date of this holiday, and we will go into that, of course, subsequently as to the trials and tribulations that the Baptist community would have been engaged in. And to get to this holiday, I think it would have meant a tremendous amount of achievement and significant for you. So what anniversary this will be on the 31st?
Nice. Before Bishop,
before
Bishop
the,
Nichols, before you start off, we must start off right before we end up going wrong. My co-host, you go ahead and just again let the people know that it's not 1-0 and that is 91.1 FM and what bring him into the studios of 91 Talk City 91.1 FM. So Archbishop Nichols, what bring you to the studios?
It would have been a Freudian slip.
Yes.
Yeah, Freudian slip, all right?
Yeah, no problem.
A mistake, in other words, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, 91.1, yes.
Yes.
Let me make a comment first before I answer your question. The word that they use physically, and that word Shouter Baptist, is a grave injustice to the spiritual Baptist faith. We are spiritual Baptists, so let me make that correction up front. Just as in the early days when the European or the Caucasian were governing these countries, they call us Shouter. They didn't call us. And they call us Shouter because they see us by the movement. So they describe that as shouters. And therefore, when you look at the Shouter Prohibition Ordinance, you will see that the word shouter, in terms of the prohibition, was inserted in that act, that prohibition act. And therefore, we are not Shouter Baptists. I guess somebody who had a carnal mind had first invented that word Shouter Baptist. I don't know if it come from the cannabis or the music or whatever it is. I don't know. And the nation continued to say Shouter Baptist. No, you're wrong. So we are spiritual Baptists, better known as shouters.
No, to me that seems interchangeably, but that's right. Give us the respond to the original question.
Okay, when we talk about the public holiday, let me say that I was honored on behalf of the National Evangelical Spiritual Baptist Faith Archdiocese and the Spiritual Baptists at large to lead that committee for over 20 years in reference to the public holiday. The idea of a public holiday came from the late Archbishop Griffith. May his soul rest in peace. But he was not fortunate to be alive for the pronunciation of the Spiritual Baptist bracket. Like I wrote that name, I did wrote that name because that's where I was the chairman of that committee. When we were invited to Mr. Basde Prande to his office when he becomes prime minister, because it was a promise he had under the Spiritual Baptist. And therefore, in writing the name Spiritual Baptist, something whispered in my ears. I don't know if it was the ancestors or whoever it is, but I believe in the Holy Spirit of God. Put that name Shouter in brackets there. There was a reason for that anyway. As I get older in life and the experience I get over the years, why that word Shouter of great significance, because without that word there, the Caucasian or the European at that time would have been gained the victory. So that word Shouter is very important according to the Act of Parliament or the Pro-Shouter Provision Ordinance. And therefore, I inserted Liberation Day. The question about Liberation Day is a big issue here because the Spiritual Baptist, before time, we were celebrating, or originally, we were celebrating Emancipation Day. So you can understand that emancipation, then the 1st of August was a Baptist initiative lobbying the government to make Emancipation Day a public holiday. But lo and behold, when the late George Chambers came into the prime ministership, he called all the organizing, EJAC, whoever it is, to discuss this public holiday. Lo and behold, at the end result, he come to the conclusion that he taken away the 1st of August and called it Emancipation Day to please all the various organizations. But lo and behold, Archbishop Griffith had disagreement. And this disagreement was between the Archbishop Griffith, Bishop Thomas, Bishop Randu, Bishop Mundy, Bishop Douglas. These are some of the old patriarchs in the faith who really, really went through the suffering and the pain. God bless their soul, wherever they are right now, to bring this day a public holiday.
Nice.
And I thank God for the honor and the privilege to lead the committee over the last 20 years to bring to fruition the Spiritual Baptist.
Nice.
So
And
therefore,
we
went to give 1 minute, and therefore, when the late George Chambers pronounced with emancipation on that day, which celebrated Chanby, which is great, Archbishop Griffith and the others I named before went back to the office and said, listen to me, we're not taking that. And then I think it was Archbishop Eudora Thomas said, bring the dictionary here for me. Look up the word liberation. And when they look up the word liberation, they say set free. And therefore, if you look at emancipation and liberation, both of them had indicated set free. So therefore, that's how the liberation of the Spiritual Baptist faith came into existence. All right. Now, to answer your question here, when I read this Shouter Provision Ordinance, I feel something move inside of me. When the late Archbishop Griffith gives me that document to read, and I see what's in that document, the people was not doing something bad or something, desperate. They were praising their God. And therefore, to ban some people who praise in the God, there's no word in the dictionary to describe the person who come with that conclusion to ban them out of existence. So therefore, that would trigger me, what ignite fire inside of me to work towards the Spiritual Baptist. It wasn't until the late Archbishop Griffith who had indicated that he wanted the public holiday forthwith, and we kept it. We had the honorable prime ministers, some of them coming to give us address at the GMP complex. We had the honorable Hassan Ali, a very gentleman, a good gentleman. We have lost a soul. We had the prime minister, that's Patrick Manning, addressing us. We had Robinson addressing us, and we had, But what I really admire is Mr. Basde Pandey. At one of the liberation, he came, I invited him with Mark, and they sat there. And the speeches go on and on and on and on by various speakers. I went up to Mr. Pandey and I said, Mr. Pandey, you would address us. And I really, really always remember Mr. Pandey. He sat there quietly, take out a pen and a white paper out of his pocket, and he start to write some things. And he said, when I finish, I will call you. When he gave me the signal, I went to the officiating minister and I said to the ministers, bring in Mr. Basde Pandey. And when Mr. Pandey started to speak, with all the speakers previously, Mr. Pandey had the whole Baptist going, shouting out loud, because he used his same, we call it religion, or whatever you want to call it, and he used his religion and compared to the spiritual Baptists with the grains and the flowers, and Baptists had to row when they started to see this because they were accustomed. These are the traditional, you see the lotus. And that evening, Mr. Pandey was very, very instrumental in moving us. And I guess because of his presence there, understand the spiritual Baptist, I guess when he was in a position that if he get in, he will give the spiritual Baptist a publicly, and I want to say he kept his word. He did kept his word. And today we celebrated Spiritual Baptist Shouter Liberation Day.
Right.
And
so now before
what number is that?
Lennox
What
Smith.
number is that quickly? What number would be celebrated? Number.
Well, I'm not aware of the numbers
okay.
now
No
because
Right.
I know the number of God.
So what I would like to ask,
Go ahead, Andy. Go ahead, Andy.
Number one.
Yes.
yeah, what I would like to
Go
ask,
ahead,
because remember we're playing for time, and then we have the word for the day and all those various things.
All of that, yeah.
Right. What I would like to ask is, right, we all understand and we know the history of Shouter or spiritual Baptist and the rewarding of it, and who government. Right, and who government implemented, which we all know it was implemented by the Honorable Basio Pandey under UNC government. We know all of that and thing. Now you all got the holiday. It may be about celebrate, this might be the 10th or 15th. From since then to now, it could be more because Dr. Rowley them spent about 10 years, bam. So it could be about nearly 20 years since Basio Pandey time. It's long. You got the holiday. What can the public expect from the Baptist community with this great holiday in which you all fight and stood real strong for? What could the public expect on this holiday by the Baptist community?
Well, the Baptists should praise this Baptist community, not only on this particular day, but from the initial stages of the spiritual baptistry between 1834 to 1917. We had been very, very instrumental, and we got to give the spiritual Baptists some sort of praise, because if the good Lord was to destroy this nation, he would say, because of the prayers of the spiritual Baptists, he wouldn't have done it, because the spiritual Baptist contribution to this nation on the spiritual side, not on the physical side. I understand your question, because the question is valid in a sense, but when we look at the spiritual aspect of the faith itself, thank God we have done a wonderful job.
Mm-hmm. Well, for me, just name 2 or 3 things that would have been significantly achieved by the Baptist community since the inaugural holiday.
What's the question?
Name 3 achievements that will come to your mind since the holiday.
Well, on the question of achievement, it would be, what should I say? Our achievement is ongoing from since 1917 to 2026.
All right.
So to identify a particular tree, 1 or 2 tree reason or what it is, You have to understand it's ongoing, and it's not a religion like I wouldn't mention, but our achievement. Many of our people has enjoyed the faith in the sense of the spiritual for awakeness of soul. Number one, I mean,
Right.
the nation need to be this past far and concerned. If you want to talk about achievement, the nation need to wake up right now.
Okay.
Because of the situation taking place in the nation today, we need to wake up. A matter of fact, the nation need to get more prayers, but sincere prayers, not lip prayers and people coming and marching and so forth and say they're going to solve the problem. They'll never solve the problem. We need prayers. We need God in our life. And if you had God in our life, we would have compassion toward each other. You wouldn't have the situation present right now with the rate going on right now and some of the situation and all kind of things. So a matter of fact, we leave the force of darkness control our mind instead of the light of God control our mind, because we will be more compassionate. We'll understand about the faith. You know, I mean, the Baptist faith has been contributing so much that because of the physical pressure on people today, you know, people turn to a lot of reasons for their behavior right now. But
what about acceptance and entering institutions that may at one time been close to the practitioner? Or for one time you say Baptist, you know, there is this phobia. What about that? Has that been an area that you will describe as having been, let's say, neutralized as a consequence of a greater acceptance by the population?
Well, that's a physical description in terms of what should I say? We are of all flesh, but believe beyond that question. The question is that the soul of the nation has been the prayers of the Baptists. And therefore, it is we have to look at it from the spiritual angle than from the physical angle. In the physical angle, we can see certain things, and we come to some sort of opinion, and we say X, Y, and Z, but we're not looking at the goodness. You know, not only to put the day for the holiday only, but over the years, right? Who was on George Street in those early days, preaching the Bible and ringing the bell?
And so your conclusion is that there's greater acceptance of the faith among the various, what I call denominational.
It's not a question of acceptance. It's a question
as a cosmopolitan country.
No, the question we believe in God. That's the bottom line. We believe in God. That's it. And let God do His work. And if we are truthful and God work inside of us, we will love each other better than anything else.
Anyway, and since. Well, all right. If you're saying before the holiday and subsequently, would there have been instances where persons would have had doubts as to whether they should associate or they should join, if you want to call it that, they should engage in the doctrine and the dogma and the practices of the Baptist community? Would you say that there's a greater acceptance, or there's a greater probably need for the Baptist community to share more of that so people understand? That is where I want to go.
Very. A question could be answered in a sense that our mind are programmed in such a way, and our mindset, in particularly, if we go that direction, we will miss the holiness of us being where we are. So therefore, what I'm saying to my people, and I'm understanding your question, but I don't want to go there because it's a question that sort of give the Baptists some sort of challenges. But our question is that we truly believe in God. We truly believe in the Holy Spirit. And we have to understand that because of the mindset, the European teachers in the early days, that mindset is not really, in other words, we might not really liberated in the sense that some of the questions we look on how we assess. It's difficult for one to describe or get into the spirit of the spiritual Baptist unless they have a spiritual mind. They cannot understand the spiritual Baptist with a carnal mind. No way, you could never.
Yes, sir.
Well, sir. But watch before we have to go.
Andy, well, give him give him his conclusion.
Yeah, before we have to go, because Bishop Nichols is a good one. We would like to know, because we have to close off now. Let us get your 2026 message to the nation in this upcoming Baptist, Shouter Baptist, Spiritual Baptist, but this holiday that was granted to the people or the Baptist community of Trinidad and Tobago. What's your message, Bishop Nichols?
Andy, if the nation can see us as one people, not from a race point of view, but we can see each other and value each other, respect each other, this beautiful island of Trinidad and Tobago, I'm telling you, will be the most beautiful country in the world. We are blessed, but we don't know that. We're unaware of that. We're unconscious of all those type of things. And they see in the early stage how they fix the mind. The mind fixing was to blind us from the true fruit of the nation. We are blessed people. But then again, there's enmity between us. There's something that is, we have to get rid of those type of things. We have to have a mind and see each other, even though some people might not as fortunate as us, but we have to see them as human beings. That's the question. We're missing that point. You know, we got to come together as one people.
Mm-hmm. Very profound, Andy. Very profound, Andy. Well, I want to thank, of course, Bishop Nichols for gracing the studios of Talk City, of course, 91.1, let me emphasize, 91.1. I'm still doubtful whether or not I had that slip, that Freudian slip.
Yeah, you did.
I did? All right, good. All right, I probably was thinking about myself in another place. But that being as we go for a break. We go for the break, and when we come back, more, because we have, of course, still to discuss, of course, the word for today.
I just want to thank the bishop on behalf of myself and my family, who are spiritual Baptists as well, you know, and I will allow no one to call me a shouter ever going forward.
I hear you. Because there are those who may have a different view, but that's all right. This is Cosmopolitan Trinidad and Tobago. We go for the break, and when we come back more on this edition of the Ground Report.
Your stories, your communities, your country. TTT News is everywhere, on the ground, across Trinidad and Tobago, and on every smart device. TTT News, nightly at 7. TTT News, committed, accurate, relevant.
Protect yourself from electric shock or death. Before conducting repairs close to overhead lines or the point of connection to your home, contact TN-Tech to request a temporary disconnection. When driving tall vehicles, ensure they do not exceed 15 feet. Do not lift lines to allow vehicles to pass. When carrying out underground works, contact TN-Tech's area offices to ensure there are no underground conductors and cables before digging. At TN-Tech, safety is our priority. TN-Tech, the power to make it work.
The plays that shake the arenas. The stories that move a nation.
Are we in for a super over? I've got to go quick.
From football to cricket, track to tennis, every win, every rivalry, every headline. This is where Trinidad and Tobago come for sports.
TTT Sports with Nasira Mohammed, daily at 7 p.m.
Talk City 91.1. Thought-provoking conversations, bold perspectives, voices you trust. Talk City 91.1. Bigger, bolder, and more powerful than ever before.
Yes, Talk City 91.1 FM.
A brand new era of talk radio is here. With voices you know, trust, and respect. Get ready for an all-new lineup of the very best in talk. Andy Williams, Lennox Smith, Stephen Reese, Mr. X, Derek Charbodi, Roland Stewart, Sharon Farfan, Sudath Prasad, Heavy Duty, Alex Asing, Karen Francisco, Cherry Lean Lewis, Short Pants, and more of the voices shaping the national conversation. From hard-hitting current affairs to real community issues, culture, politics, social development, and the stories that matter most to you. This is where Trinidad and Tobago comes to talk.
It's all good right here on Talk City 91.1, where we're going to give you something new, something hot every day, Monday to Friday.
Listen on 91.1 FM and connect on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Talk City 91.1. Your city, your voice.
This is Destra, and you're listening to the Ground Report on Talk City. Keep it locked. Bang, 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 bang.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Time check. It's approximately 33 minutes past your hour by 8 o'clock. You're listening to the Ground Report. Yours truly, the pitbull of radio. Director Snipes. My co-host Lennox Smith. Yes, let me say thanks to the Bishop for gracing the studios, man. Yes. I remember Lennox Smith is a Baptist, and he's a representative of the Baptist faith. I like Baptist at all, you know. And they catching the powers. Getting. You know, you put that vase on the thing there, and then people, again, well, I'm not mocking. I have an aunt who is a bishop too. Deceased Eva. Bishop Eva, God. And then I like when they have the Thanksgiving with the brown bag. And you know you get all that like goodies. You get your like banana, you get your like 2 snacks, you get your like sweet bread. Oh God! I don't know where this go. Yes, so the Baptist community will be celebrating their holiday on a Monday, please God. So to you, the Baptist community, you all stay strong, stay good, get involved. And help, let all help. With your help, let's see if we can make Trinidad and Tobago a better place, physically and spiritually. Oh boy, so Trinidad and Tobago, the lines are open while we continue your front burners. Alright, and the next thing again, so we go make sure we never to go down those type of roads is, you know, I have to admit to you all that. Yeah, I have to admit to you all that so in that way in the future we all when that people will call and say that don't like Miss Santa Cruz contribution. Ban Miss Santa Cruz. And I say, no, I can't do that. I like her contribution. If people say ban nobody. Because I can't do that. But what Miss Santa Cruz or nobody, all the various people that they will say ban, do for me not to give them a hearing. Just the same way that people say, will call and say, they don't want to hear Bossman, ban Bossman. I can't do that neither unless it is he's being disrespectful or breaking the rule of that in any way. Because I don't like or we don't like what it is he's saying. Okay? So let me move forward. Off of that, and let me get on into to what's on your front burner this morning. And the perfect example again, that whether I like what somebody's saying about me and all or not, so long as they are not being disrespectful, I have to play it. It's a democracy. And this will show...
Yes, indeed, Andy. Yes, indeed. I mean, you cannot be more correct, and we cannot overemphasize that fact that, of course, you may disagree with what somebody says, but we will defend to the hilt the right to say it simply because they have a part to play in the constitution which governs Trinidad and Tobago, and the fact that this is a democracy government by the people, of the people, and for the people.
Nice. Yeah. So I'm going to give the perfect example this morning. So in the future, please, no one, after I do this to my own self, Please don't tell me about banning anybody or don't play somebody voice note or anything like that.
Or you are disappointed.
Or you're disappointed that I play this or I do this or I do that. This take great humility, for I will lead by example. The voice note that criticizing me and all, going and be played. Whether I like what he's saying about me or not.
Andy William, I'm very sorry to say, brother, you just spoiled my day, man. You spoiled my whole day by listening to that guy I have talk, man. When Rowley, the monkey man, said that Kamala was a jammit, he didn't come out and criticize that. He let it slide. So you see what this PNM troll, this PNM propaganda machine started working. They play those propaganda machines for 3-4 minutes. That's ridiculous. I don't want to. Andy, I'm not playing my song. Andy, the pit bull, take the advice from Donald Trump. The last government run us in debt that we cannot afford. You know why? Because he knows what is debt. He's running this country with trillions of dollars in debt. So he knows what debt is. So people should listen to him and take some advice, okay? So he knows how to run debt and put his citizens of America in debt. He knows that. So Trinidadian listen to Trump, he knows exactly what debt is.
Nice. Let's continue the voice notes. Whether it's criticizing the pit bull or not, Lennox or not, it have to be played so long as they ain't breaking the rule of that. Let's go. Everybody have the right to give the opinion on how they feel. He feel he's disappointed in me, and I'm sorry if I disappoint you. But the man had us to play. Let's continue.
Morning again, Trinidad and Tobago. Morning. I tell you again. Hey, Lennox, I gotta learn that oh God boy, fish boy, and look how long boy. Let me say my condolences goes out to his family, his wife, his daughter, you know. Lennox himself let me know that his fish they killed down by you boy. Oh my God. Anyhow, my condolences goes out to the family, and I'm sorry to know that happened now, boy. A good man like fish boy. Way.
Hey Andy,
No,
morning.
my
I
apology,
don't
my
understand
friend.
some
I didn't
people.
know that you did know.
They expect 10 years of mismanagement under PNM to be corrected in a couple of months. People don't realize the new government have 5 years to do what I do, you know, not a couple of months or a year or two, you know. They have 5 years.
Let's continue the voice notes. Whether I like what the people saying or not, or you like what the people saying or not, or so long as they're not breaking the rule of that, they're not being disrespectful, they're not cursing, nothing. We have to hear the opinion. Me and like some of those things that I hear here right now, I'm feeling my belly hurting. But I have all right to defend the people having their say.
Pleasant morning to the ground report. Andy Williams, Lennox Smith, and Mikey Cool. Boss man, you're trying your best to see who come like a fire to please you, and what do you think about Rowley, boss man? How come I never hear you talk about what Rowley tell Kamala? How come I never hear you say nothing about what Rowley tell Kamala? You're protecting Rowley. It is wash Rowley mouth for him. I feel it is wash Rowley mouth. I've seen so much nasty things. Your man are doing nothing. The Prime Minister is doing nothing, but he have nasty things to say about women in general. When he calling people them kind of thing, it's all the women in Trinidad, down to the little children, little girls, and big women, he calling that, you know. He classifying everybody as that, you know. What do you think about that? What do you think about that, boss man? That's what you want to hear, and what Rowley say is respect, and he Rowley have real respect for the country. He come on and say nasty things that ain't good things here, nasty things is good things here, how you are saying nothing, up to now you are saying nothing about Rowley, boy, Why is difficult going to hide in an old rotten bus, Sylvan? You had the place looking nasty. Every time I come from the bus, the place started looking tidy. Stay in the bus and the place is remain clean.
Oh my God. See? Look at the man say, wow, boss man had to take that. Wow. Wow, let's go.
I'm sure Busman has the capacity to respond, and that is what democracy is all about. The reciprocity, one, and at the same time disagreeing and being able to articulate your point of view. And at the end of it all, when all of those things are put into some kind of mortar, so to speak, the observer, the analysts will now come out with the right thing. That is why the democracy is so liberal.
Wow. So I really didn't know that somebody could have a very ugly face or so, and then when they walk out the bus, the whole place can get dirty. As they come out the bus, the whole place get dirty. It have snacks on the ground, it have paper bag throw, bottle throw. So look at that. Wow.
And it look as though that caller studied that that voice noter studied the busman, because busman really said that the whole place is bush. It have thrown bottles and plastics all over the place. Probably busman himself may have given him the idea as to draw that conclusion that formed that particular voice note. Who knows?
Oh boy. Look like, for instance, before I play this next voice note, because I want to make sure we don't go down this road again with no one. Look, we have the notes for the day from Lennox, the word for the day. And it have a very articulate gentleman in all kind of way, but not being disrespectful. He coming in and he challenging my co-host, and in a way trying to insult him in all kind of practical ways. And we are not sure, we just have to leave him thing and Lennox Smith.
In fact, I will start off. I'll start off today with that, and maybe we may not have time to have other callers, but certainly I want to treat with that, because I want to treat with a particular issue that was raised yesterday with the word pernicious.
Nice. So let's continue here with these voice notes here quick. Oh boy.
Good morning to the magnificent tree. I just put it also. The first thing, I like 35 today, Big Snake. Okay, let me go and tell you something. Eh? You know, when I listen to how many people lose their job during this time when the USC come in, CPEC and URP people, and when I hear that this government spent over the 9.5 years about $500 billion, right?
$500 billion.
When I first started to work truck, the first 6 months I saved $24,000. And look at how many years these people are working CPEC and URP, and you go tell me $500 billion spent, and all you had nothing from that. Save as they remove all the down to the straw. Then that show you that work wasn't helping none of all you. All you was supposed to get out other work and do something else to uplift all yourself. Because all that work was doing, making some other people get big in the dance outside it, while all you get poorer and poorer and poorer. And all you never realize that. But I'm sure many of all you must be working in a better work today, and all you realize that all you really didn't need that. All you get on about this work is more coming from a PNM narrative. But all you hold on, better days are coming by and by. That's what I have to say. Thank you.
A first question, Lennox Smith. I can't judge those unemployment initiative jobs as a work. Those things have a purpose, right? Those type of thing there, because it was minimum wage. I can't see somebody to saving so much of money, plenty money, out of those makeshift jobs where it was getting under the minimum wage, where it was small money. You talking about a fortnight, $700. Yeah, and people have children to send to school, children have to travel, they still have to buy food. How are you saving out of that, boy? So I don't know.
And that is the enigma. That is the puzzle. That is the issue that many people don't know, and you have to be in it. That is why I am so sometimes frustrated with those who don't know, and they're talking to a fellow like me, who of course may be the repository of the information and the knowledge about the operations of these communities. Listen, you see that 3 fortnight, 700, 721, 2,000, 2,500, or 2,100, whatever it is. Listen, that is just a portion of the basket of sources of money that they will use for the year. Remember, a year had 12 months. so that a fella, even though he gets that 700, during the course of the year, he will now go and look maybe to empty a container. May go and cut some grass for somebody. May cut some lawn. May do a paint job and so on. That is how it happens. And there may be other members of the family that are working in the regular way and contributing so that food remains for the 12 months on the table. People don't know that. I want to say too that it is the PNM that have been able to brainwash or condition the people to believe that a CPEP job of that nature or a URP work of that nature is so critical, is so indispensable that you give it the kind of attention that it ought not to. But that is the psychology of it in order to keep the people in BAP. And you will understand why they could confidently say, listen, if I put a tie on a crapo in Laventille, a Bialize tie, they will vote for it.
Right, let's continue.
That is what has happened. Our job, what we have done here, and maybe indirectly the UNC has done it. As I say, I would not have done it this way, but nonetheless, it has been done. That is the deconditioning process to make the people understand that they have been exploited over the years by the way how they focus on these. Listen to the opposition. Every time they speak, URP, CPEP, and so on. But you could never live on that, in other words, for 12 months. A year has 12 months. And you could only get officially 3 fortnights in the case of URP for the year. So therefore, you must be living, or your source of income, or your greater source of income has to be from something or something else. Understand that.
Nice.
And once you understand that, you know that you begin the process of deconditioning yourself and weaning yourself away from that nonsense and the exploitative nature of the PNM. Go ahead.
I need to play this clip, this video for the public to know how vindictive PNM is, and still want to play that they are in government. Listen to this councillor and we'll play it let the public know.
Nice. Let's continue the voice notes. Have a lot of voice notes, including Miss Santa Cruz and many other people. Oh, just Billa.
Yeah, go ahead. I will just give the word for you, but I want to deal with the guy from yesterday in light of humility. But go ahead.
Yeah, you have to take it. If that is his opinion, that is his opinion.
Yeah,
what we go do? It's had to take the insults, but we can't cut the right of he having his say. And
of course not. And if you disagree as well. You have the right to reciprocate. Yeah. Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
Yes, guys. I just want to say congratulations to all the law enforcement agencies or people or whatever you want to call it, who were involved in rescuing that woman a few days ago. Well done. Rapid response. That is the way all you must do it in every situation. Well done. Because let me tell you, let us be real. They would have killed that woman and threw her in the sea. You understand? But the only thing that these goodly gentlemen did wrong, the newspaper's headline should have read the next day, 8 people in a boat. I think it was 7 of them, and the 6 of them. Yes, gentlemen, I want to say well done to the law enforcement agencies or the gentlemen, whatever you call them, who rescued that woman that was being kidnapped. Well,
by the same voice note. So sorry about that. We done here. Mommy Road broke. Same voice note. Short and sweet. Very short and sweet. Go ahead, caller. Go ahead, caller. Short and sweet.
Hey, blessed morning and the short and sweet and Lennox.
Hey.
And you know that man on the ground. And you dealing with the poor. And you everybody have a voice there. It come to be like we don't live in a likeable world because too much unjust and wickedness going on in the group. People work and they ain't getting pay. Me loving you and say you don't see loving me, you know. Because I was fighting and told them nothing coming and I doing the right thing. I haven't minister's number calling this one, going there and there's the glut I see, you know, and victimization thing, you know.
So all right, thank you very much. We get the point. We get the point. You already made that point for the morning already. No need to overmake it. Let's continue.
Andy, good morning to you, Lennox, Mikey, Nigel, and to everybody out there. Before I forget, I want to wish the Baptist community a happy Liberation Day. And, you know, everybody, we all have to respect each other's religion. And it's so, you see, Andy, when we want to criticize other people, look at how it falls. No, the Hindus celebrating Navratri, today's the last day of Navratri. Then Monday, Spiritual Baptist. Monday is the start of Holy Week for the Catholic Christian community, right? And on Wednesdays, Hanuman Jayanti, another Hindu celebration. So you see, sorry about that, Andy. When we want to criticize others, we must take a look at these things to see how everything merges into one. Right? Now, Andy, I want to go back again to this thing with Philip Alexander. Everybody, well, not everybody, PNMites, and are calling on the Prime Minister to remove him. They feel that this is 2010 to 2015 when Rowley wanted to run the government from the opposition benches. It's not happening. So again, she's Kamala 2.0 now. She's not falling for those things again. Right? He explained what had happened, right? And so on and so forth. But I want to bring out the hypocrisy, the sanctimonious hypocrisy and the situational ethics of the PNM, right? That they must go and whatever, because he took the disabled parking spot and one set of who shot John. And what did Donna Cox do to the disabled people? She told them that they were double dipping and she took away their food cards. And the $1,200 grant cannot mind a disabled person because of their toiletries alone, right? They took it away. They were double dipping. What did they do with the children with cerebral palsy? They took away their grants from them because they said that when the government tried to help the parents, because they can't work, they have to mind these children 24/7. They were giving them a stipend on the URP women's program or whatever. They took it away. Fitzgerald had ridiculed the people with the sewing machine and all of that. When they got them sewing machine to try for them to help themselves, to stay at home and do something, they took it away from them. They took away the Empowerment Center. I'll never forget that picture at the front page of the Newsday where these children were in the rain protesting to open that Empowerment Center for them, that the partnership government bill. And they want to come and talk, and a lot more things they did to the disabled in this country, right? They want to come now and talk about Philip Alexander parking in a disabled spot. I am not saying it is right, but I understand what he said. The guard gave him permission to use the parking spot. Right? How many parking spots in this country are being used by people that are not disabled and they don't care? Nobody gave them permission to use it. You see, Andy, when you want to point your finger at one, look at the amount pointed back at you. PNM has no moral authority to correct anybody on anything. None whatsoever. They must remember what they did to the disabled in this country when they were in office. So don't come now and talk about a parking spot. Thanks.
Morning, nobody here. So the topic you're on there, that is a hydra. The hydra is a mythical creature that when you cut off one of its heads, 3 would go back in its place. CPEP, ERP, and all the programs going back to Williams' days were designed by a particular political party to capture a portion of the electorate, to ensure that they would always vote and support a certain way, because those people know that somebody holds their paycheck and they have to vote that particular way. How do you kill that hydra? It's very difficult. This government is realizing that every time they cut off one head, they try to kill the hydra, 3 heads go back. And those heads are breathing fire right now. So how do you do it? I've said it before. Have everybody who claims and can be proven to support, have belonged to CPEP and URP and all these programs, have them report to the nearest corporation yard every day, sign in, and have the corporation find work for them. I disagree with Lennox, man. Don't just dole out the money. At least get some work out of them, right? Have them report. If you can prove that you were part of CPEP and the other programs, present it, report to the corporation yard every day. Right there, you've cut out the bulk of the corruption. You've cut out the middleman, the contractor, and you've cut out the ghosts. The amazing thing about CPEP is we were paying both the contractor and the worker. Amazing. So we pay the worker directly, we put them to work. When the NAR came into office, they had a national cleanup campaign. And that's a good idea. Around the world it's used to unify a country after a tumultuous time. Use them for that purpose and to continue to do projects around the country that are simple enough and will, have continuity, like fixing roads and those sort of things. But here's the real magic. Half the day you're working, which they are used to, right? But the other half of the day, the time, you are put into training. We're not only going to give you a fish every day to then capture you, right? We are going to give you a fish every day, but then we are going to teach you the fish. Teach these people how to be employable in some future national project or function that will serve the country. I say tourism, but smarter people would have to think up about that, right? But that is how you slay the hydra, right? If you just do what you're doing now, keep cutting off the heads, they're going to keep going back, right? The unfortunate reality is you cannot kill the hydra now. You have to feed the hydra, right? You have to feed the hydra to kill the hydra.
Nice. Trying to Tobago, thanks so much. Today is Friday. Don't forget no corridor transformation tomorrow, please. Today, Lennox will be at Spargos. Coming up next, off the record with Mr. X and
Stephen Reese. Of course, next week we will respond to those outstanding things, including, of course, that word of the day challenge, right?
Yes. Until tomorrow morning, please God. Same time, same place. Monday morning, in fact, please God. Same time, same place. We are out of here.
Talk City 91.1. Thought-provoking conversations, bold perspectives, voices you trust. Talk City 91.1. Bigger, bolder, and more powerful than ever before.
Yes, Talk City 91.1 FM.
A brand new era of talk radio is here. With voices you know, trust, and respect. Get ready for an all-new lineup of the very best in talk. Andy Williams, Lennox Smith, Stephen Reese, Mr. X, Derek Charbodi, Roland Stewart, Sharon Farfan, Sudath Prasad, Heavy Duty, Alex Asing, Karen Francisco, Jerry Lean Lewis, Short Pants, and more of the voices shaping the national conversation. From hard-hitting current affairs to real community issues, culture, politics, social development, and the stories that matter most to you. This is where Trinidad and Tobago comes to talk.
It's all good right here on Talk City 91.1, where we're going to give you something new, something hot every day, Monday to Friday.
Listen on 91.1 FM and connect on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Talk City 91.1. Your city, your voice.